Welcome back to another exceptional 3D, or was it Armory 3D tutorial? Either way, this is going to be my last video. It's not actually a tutorial, I just said that because I say it in every video. I am leaving the Armory 3D community. It's a sad day for all, not that most people would care, but I am indeed no longer able to make videos, or no longer willing, more so. You see, I've been making Armory 3D videos for, God, how many years now? Maybe 4, going on 5? Since about 2019, that's when I picked the engine up. But I never intended to make games. That was never my dream. That was never my passion. I only did that because of financial and geographical constraints, because there was no one around me who wanted to be a filmmaker or an actor, and I didn't have the money to buy expensive camera gear, or even cheap camera gear for that matter. So that's the only reason I actually bought a computer. Not a very good one by that any measure, but I actually bought a computer to do visual effects, and that sort of evolved into game development because we had the BGE in the older Blender versions, and BGE was, it was a pretty bad game engine, very constrained, but that actually branched off into UPVGE. But we also got the Armory 3D game engine, so those are the main options we had with the 2.8 release of Blender, and I liked making games. I liked the idea of making games. I started doing it in hopes of making mobile games, which never actually came to fruition, but it was never my primary passion. I only did this because it was something close to visual effects, because it's using 3D and stuff like that, but it wasn't filmmaking, so it wasn't my primary goal. I was always doing this as sort of to pass the time, waiting to get the right circumstances to, get camera gear and find actors and actually make, short films and cinema essentially. That's always been my goal, but it sort of lasted a lot longer than I expected, and I started making tutorials and teaching other people. Usually I would interact with the community, because that was actually the first time I ever did that. The only time I've ever, or the first time I ever talked to people online was when I started learning Armory 3D, because I haven't had access to internet since, I don't know, 2017, 2018, that's when I first got access to internet full time. So yeah, that was the first time I actually talked to people online and sort of learned, they taught me how to use the engine. I asked them, how do I do this? How do I do that? And they'll teach me, and they'll be super pumped about that. So I want to go out and teach other people, teach the younger me the information I wish was available on the internet. So that's why I started making tutorials for Armory 3D, because I was super hyped at the idea of learning and sharing information. So that's what I did. I started making videos, because that is something I enjoy doing, making videos, film making, stuff of that nature. I didn't want to write documents, that's boring, So that's basically why it started. But I think we've reached a level now where my peak, where what I have to offer has been surpassed, and now it's just in decline. There's not much I have left to offer. And that is actually the reason this channel exists. It's called the Armory 3D Community channel, because it's designed for the community to come in and post their own videos. We have a bunch of other people on the internet now making tutorials about Armory 3D that are super cool. They're really detailed, really comprehensive. I'm thinking of Simple Cube, who's got an entire tutorial series that is better than anything I've ever made, and will teach you so much about the engine, and I definitely want you to go check it out, link in the description. So that's basically who I'm handing the baton off to. People who are super interested in game development, who have knowledge in game development, unlike myself. I started learning Armory 3D for fun. I never intended it to be a way to make games or to profit off games or anything like that. In fact, talking about profit, none of the channels I own have ever been monetized and never will be. So the Armory 3D community channel is completely free. I don't make any money off it, nobody does. And currently we have about 1,000 people pretty much subscribe to it. So its only existence is to help others learn how to use Armory 3D. So if somebody out there wants to use the channel and upload to it, then just contact me with the email. The email is in the description of every single video I've ever uploaded on that channel by default. So you can just contact me. I check my emails regularly, and I'll give you access to the channel that you can upload videos to, all different Armory 3D tutorials. So I've contacted multiple people on YouTube who have their own separate channels and offered them the same thing, to use my channel to boost their own. Not necessarily upload all the videos onto the channel, but if they want to upload some of it, like I guess a trailer or one-off tutorials, to sort of advertise that they are a person that knows how to use Armory 3D and to go to their channel, for more information. That's why this channel exists, to basically teach as many people as possible how to use Armory 3D without them needing to go to the four corners of the internet and basically lose hope in finding the right documentation, the right resources to actually learn this engine. But I don't think I could ever fully leave the Armory 3D community. I'm certainly not making games inside of it anymore. I'm not spending my time inside the Armory 3D engine in Blender or whatnot. So I am still going to be sort of hovering around, observing what's going on. I'm always on Discord, basically just checking out, seeing what's going on. Not necessarily interacting, but you know, with the forums, and I answer YouTube comments whenever I can. So I am still part of the Armory 3D community, just not an active creator of documentation and tutorials. I'm just going to be more laid back and relaxed about it. Every month, if there's something that's a big new feature coming out, I definitely want to talk about it in a community notes release video. But if there's something like there's not really much going on in the month, or if there's a new feature but it's a very niche, sort of only advanced users would really need to know about it, I probably won't make a video about it. So it really depends on what's going on in the community, and I definitely aren't leaving the Armory 3D community completely. I just want to leave the tutorial creation to people who have better knowledge and better motivation to do so, which is why this community channel exists, for people who have the know-how but who don't want to start their own channel from scratch and have a lot of work put into a tutorial getting 5 views. This channel has almost 1,000 subscribers to it, so if you upload to this channel, it's not monetized, so nobody's making money, it's all just to help people. But you get 1,000 people get notified that you've created this tutorial, and if you put a lot of work into something and you want to teach people, they will have they'll get notified that you've done so, and they'll be able to come check it out. And like I said, you can link to your own channel and say, hey, this is a tutorial to show you that I have knowledge and I can show you how to do this, so you can say, hey, come join me on my channel and I'll teach you how to do so. That's why I offered to Simple Cube and others who create Armory 3D content, if you want to upload some videos onto the community channel and link back to yours, that's a great way to grow your channel. The goal here is to get people to learn how to use Armory 3D. It doesn't matter what channel or what resources they're using. The goal is to help people, and at the moment I don't think me making videos and tutorials really does that. It's just going to muddle things, and I don't feel a huge amount of motivation to continue doing so.